From the top of the 222 building on College Avenue in downtown Appleton, it's Varsity Roundtable with Ricardo Arguello, featuring Brett Christopherson and Rosie. Tonight on The Big Show, WIAA State Champion Wrestlers. And now, for the hundreds in attendance, for the millions online, ladies and gentlemen, Ricardo Arguello.
All right, hello everyone. Welcome back to the Varsity Roundtable, a weekly look at high school sports in the Fox Valley area and the only live online high school sports talk show in the state. I'm Ricardo Arguello, part of the USA Today Network Wisconsin digital live stream team. We are here in amazing high definition at the mothership, the 10th floor of the 222 building, downtown Appleton on College Avenue. And this week our focus shifts to not just wrestling, but championship wrestling. We have 6 state champions from this past weekend's WIAA state individual state championships that were taking place over there at the Cole Center. 6 champs. Got them all here on the roundtable. They're here to talk about each one of them, their respective journey to the championship, and maybe some of their thoughts on the future that's right ahead of them as well. So for those of you who haven't watched the show before, we are interactive. So if you're watching us on your tablet, on your your phone, or maybe on your desktop, if you scroll over the screen, you should pop up a chat application. Go ahead, ask us any question that you might have. If you're watching us on Facebook as well, or on YouTube, same kind of deal. We got Brett Christopherson over there holding it down behind the Dell computer. He'll get us those questions right away. Jim Rosandick, we call him Rosie. He is handling the production end of it as well. But when it comes to these questions, and I'm hoping that keep it on wrestling. And I know you want to ask for phone numbers and stuff like that. Sorry, folks, we can't allow that. That happened the first couple episodes that we did of the show. I don't know if you guys know that. People were asking for. Sorry, Pete, we can't help you with that, dude. No, cool. Keep it on wrestling, and we'll be just fine. So yeah, we also have a small crowd here. Rosie, can we put it on? Some parents and coaches are here. If you have any questions, just raise your hand. Kind of shout your question out a little bit loud, and we'll get the questions over to the folks as well. Let's meet these folks right away. All right. So we're gonna start here directly to my right. First off, I just want you guys just to say hi, and then we'll get to know you a little bit. So go ahead. Starting right here with Liam. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Liam Crook.
From?
Kaukauna, Wisconsin.
There we go. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Jacob from Neenah, Wisconsin.
Okay.
Hi, Nolan from Hortonville.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Lillie from Menasha.
Okay.
Peter from Freedom.
Hunter from Freedom.
Okay. Now let's get to know you. What I want you to do is tell me the weight that you wrestle at and how you got into wrestling. Liam, you've been here before, but please, if you could just entertain us again. How'd you get into wrestling, and what weight are you at?
I wrestle at 175 pounds, and I got into wrestling because I couldn't really stay still in class, so they just put me into something that made me move.
All right. Again, that's Liam Crook of Kaukauna. Go ahead, Jacob Herm.
Jacob. I started wrestling probably when I was like 3 years old or something. I wrestled at 165 pounds. Just had some family members that did it, kind of sport that stuck with me. So yeah.
Okay. All right. Good stuff. Now we have Hortonville's Nolan. Am I saying that's right? Is it Skebba?
Skebba, yeah.
Skebba. Go ahead. How weight you wrestle at and how you got into wrestling?
Wrestle at 150, and pretty sure I started when I was 4.
Okay.
Because my brother started, I think he brought like a flyer home and something like that.
Okay. All right. Good stuff. Menasha's Lillie Banks. Go ahead.
I'm 132, and I started because my older brother wrestled, and I was stuck at his practices either way.
Okay. Good stuff. All right. Here we go to the Freedom guys here. Peter Tomazevic. Did I say that right? Tomazevic. Go ahead. Weight you wrestle at and how you got into it.
I wrestle at 132 pounds, and I started wrestling when I was like 4 or 5 because my brother did it.
Okay. All right. Go ahead. And last but certainly not least, Hunter Vander Heiden. Go ahead, Hunter.
I wrestle at heavyweight, and I think I got into it because my best friend did it, and then I just want to try something new.
All right. Great stuff. Again, for those of you online, and there could be billions folks that are watching us. I don't know. You never know who's watching. If you have any questions, just log into those live chats on Facebook, YouTube, if you're watching down the Post Crescent. And we also hope we'll have some questions from our very our parents, coaches, kind of like our audience here. There you go. Thank you, Rose. I was waiting for you to put it back on them again. But yeah, let's talk first off your championship match. And let's add into that. I want to get to know how you got your journey there, what your expectations were, and then the championship match. That's kind of a lot to throw at you. I'll remind you, don't worry about it as we go down the line here. I'm actually going to start all the way over there with Nolan. We're going to go work our way like this, I guess. Is that counterclockwise, right? That's counterclockwise, yes. So go ahead, Nolan. Hey, man, I know you were close last year, right? So what was it like winning it this year, and what was that championship match like for you?
Well, championship match, warming up, obviously, getting ready to go, ready for like a hard-fought match, Yeah, let's just ready for 6 minutes, maybe even 7 minutes if it's goes to overtime. But
I'd be remiss. Hold on, man. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention. Look at this great photo, by the way, by our guy Torque Mason. Now, we'll get back to you just a little bit. I have to ask you about the machine gun. I know I did after when we talked after back, in the Kohl Center there. But can you describe that you flipped off your little ankle things or whatever, and then you started doing that? Where did that come from? Did you think about that before, or was that just spur of the moment? How did that come about, Nolan?
Well, it's like a Scarface reference where he's like,
Gotcha.
say hello to my little friend,
Sure.
kind of. But like I never really thought about it that much. I was just kind of wanted to do it as a celebration. I'd never practiced it. I was just in my head, I was like, okay, I want to throw them up and just, air it out a little bit.
Yeah, awesome stuff. And what did your dad think about that? Was he cool with everything?
I think he thought it was cool.
Okay, good, because I did too. I think we had never seen anything like that, so it was kind of cool. But all right, but the journey to get there, though, I know your older brother had won as well. So talk about your journey, because you had come close. How satisfying was that to you to complete the process?
It was really satisfying. Obviously, very surreal experience. It was crazy to just, something you put your mind to for 4 years to go out there and win a state title. It's crazy that it actually happened when you try for it for 4 years. Yeah.
Okay. Now we're switching over to Jacob Herm here. Now Jacob is one of our 3 two-time winners that we have here. So let's talk about that for you. Big target on your back, right? You're the defending champ. Talk about that journey, and we'll talk about the injury thing in a little bit. What was that like, though, and how satisfying was that for you to complete second championship?
Yeah, it was satisfying. I runner-up my 2 first years. A lot of grinding in the off season and in the rest of the room. Hate taking second. Obviously, everybody does. So, just not want to take second again. Won at my junior year. Meant a lot, and then it came back, and I wanted to be the first 2-time state champ from Neenah, so I got that done.
By the way, this photo that we're looking at here, thank you, Rosie, for putting that up. Now, what's with this? Are you not entertained? Is that one of those kind of things?
No, yeah, I remember my junior year, I hit a little flex, and I was super amped up. Just want to keep a little more classy this year. Just looked at kind of just looked at the Neenah crowd and I did it type of thing. And I just held up the 2.
Now let's dive a little bit more into this. I know this was a later question, but let's just ask this here. Talk about the semifinal where on the Friday before you kind of hurt your ankles, and that's kind of an important body part when you're wrestling right on the mat. But what happened there, and talk about that whole day where you were kind of preparing.
Yeah, no, I don't want to make it too much my personality, but in my semifinals match, I rolled both my ankles on a move called a broomstick. It's like you stand up and then he tries to hit a tilt behind, and both my feet got caught on the mat. So I thought I just sprained the one, so I went over the edge of the mat. And I was talking to coach, and the trainer came over, just said it was a sprain, and nothing was broken. Got back on the mat. Obviously, fought through a little bit of adversity. Got on top, got the pin. Went immediately to the trainer. She put me on some foot things and got me some ice. Did that all day. Finals day, heat and ice all day. Got to the venue, wasn't really able to warm up, went and got my ankles taped, kind of just worked on my mindset, just sat there talking to Coach K a little bit, kept it light, knew that, once the match comes, I'll have enough adrenaline, I'll be able to wrestle. So, I warmed up a little bit, got my mindset right, went out there, and obviously I got it done. Took it a little slower, wasn't able to move as fast, but kind of used the edge of the mat to my advantage as well as using his shots, because I knew he was going to shoot. You got to shoot to win. So, I knew he was going to shoot and kind of use that against him and turn that into my points.
Were you worried? It seems like Coach was worried about you.
Yeah.
That maybe you wouldn't be able to, number one, finish the semifinal match, and maybe not be. Did that cross your mind maybe a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. I really appreciate Declan for this all the time. He always reminds me, like, dude, you're the man. No one can beat you if you wrestle your hardest. So, just thanks to him, reminded me that I can do it. As well as just I don't know how religious you guys are, but I asked God just to take my hand through all these matches, and I just asked him to help me with that, and obviously he did. So
very well said. All right, hey. Got to talk to Liam now. Liam Crook again of Kaukauna. Let's talk about your second championship here. You started fast, then kind of had to hold off a little bit. Wrestling a very good guy too. You said a Wisconsin recruit. What was that for you? Because you pulled out the win, and your coach was right. We talked about this after. It doesn't matter. The W is all that matters. But talk about that, because I know, Liam, that you like to dominate, and having it that close probably. Did that bother you a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, a win's a win, but at the end of the day, that score doesn't show what I can do and what I can accomplish. And it's not going to beat the best guys in the country and who I want to beat and who I want to be overall. I got to some good attacks, and I switched up my mindset to hold it off. And, I mean, it worked, but it's not something that I want to become.
Yeah. Hey, you're pretty pumped in this picture. Check this out. Getting it done there in that championship, winning the second title for you. That was obviously a goal for you, and we'll talk a little bit later about possibly the third title for both you and Lillie. But what does that do in terms of getting the stuff taken care of and putting things where you're now in position, possibly next season, to do what very few wrestlers can do, is win a third title?
I think it puts me in pretty good position, but it also can take me away from that. I think I gotta understand that I'm still human. I could still make mistakes, and I need to be on my game as much as everyone else has to be.
Okay. All right, good stuff. Now we're going to switch over to the Freedom guys here. We're going to start with Hunter. Talk about first off, the 285 guys. You guys are at the final matches of the night. You know what I mean? It's a long night. They're announcing winners, all that stuff. To me, sometimes the 285 guys, they don't get enough love because you guys are the final matches of the evening. But talk about your match, because you really went to work there and did whatever you had to do, really dominated. Talk about that.
Honestly, me and my coach talked about it before. We were just go out there and have fun.
Okay.
And I mean, my best position was neutral, so I just knew that I just go out there and get 7 takedowns. I mean, I'm gonna win the match. So just focus on working my stuff, and then just ultimately just going out there and dominating.
Check out this picture here. Is this not the thrill of victory and agony of defeat there? The guy's he's a little forlorn there that that you took care of there, but a big moment for you. But how big was that for you? Because I'm sure that was a goal for you to win the state championship. We're at the end of it. Were you more relieved? Was it exciting? What was going through your mind?
I was just super excited. I mean, my brother went 0-2. He got a concussion, so I was just really wanted to get that done for him, and warming up with him was super cool. And then, yeah, I mean, just wanted to give my parents a little celebration. I mean, they worked so hard for me to get there, so I was got to give the Freedom fans something.
That's right, your brother Henry, right? Okay, good stuff. Peter, it's your turn now, and Lillie, we're there with you too. Just hold on a minute. But Peter, you're obviously 132. That's a great weight class. Can you walk me through what happened there for you winning that state title? Because I think, were you second last year, if I remember right? Yeah. So here you go, completing the process again.
Yeah, I mean, it was amazing. Obviously, everyone who wrestles, I mean, this is one of those goals that a lot of people thrive for, and not a lot of people get to achieve. So it was exciting to finally get that and check it off the list. Yeah,
and there we go. Looking at you here, and I know that was a big thing. And you had a little special guest greeting you right off the mat, you said. I remember you telling me that. Who was that?
Yeah, Chris Bono. I mean, he was one of the first people off the mat besides my high school coaches that greeted me, and that's amazing. I mean, they're so proud of me, and they have so much faith in me, so that's exciting. Right.
Chris Bono, University of Wisconsin, wrestling head coach there. Lillie, 2 for you, right? And let me tell you, where I was seated, I was kind of moving around a little bit, but I was able to watch your match. Mike Sherry, our fine colleague, right, Brett, my boss, he was covering the girls portion of this event, and he was there taking video of you. But you were right in front of me as I was sitting at the table, and I was worried. You know why? Because you fell down early, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
She fell behind, but you pulled it off in the third period, able to come back and get that win. Why did you make me and your mom, I'm sure, nervous like that? Because that was a great win for you, but you did start a little slow. What happened there?
Yeah, I mean, some days it's just like the first match of the day, you're a little rough. And I mean, obviously, like finals match, that's the only match of the day. I guess I just wasn't completely into it in the beginning. So
Okay.
First match, first period, I lose the first takedown. But then I just got to make sure to keep my head in that.
Yeah, and I saw, and there's the aftermath there, I believe. But talk about just the third period, and was it a matter of you knowing that you were going to pull off a series of moves to get those points? Because the minute you started rattling off some of those points, I could see your opponents, like I could see her get a little more dejected each time. But what was that like, those final minutes?
Yeah, the last period, it was tied, we were neutral. But I knew my potential in that period,
Okay.
and I had to make sure to keep that in mind, where I could feel that she was starting to crumble, and I was like, this is the time.
Yeah. Okay, great stuff again here with wrestling. Now, Brett, do we have something from online?
do, Ricardo,
Oh, boy.
we do, yes.
Now, listen, I did take quite a bit of time here getting through all their championship journeys here. What do you have from online? Go
Ricardo, I
ahead.
have a question from YouTube, Facebook, and a text
Okay.
message. A text message.
Oh,
and
a
I'm going to read
text.
that one first.
Okay, go ahead. Who was that
From our friend Chris. He wants to know, for all, what was the first large meal you guys ate after state was over? Well, some people maybe can't quite dive in yet because they have team state wrestling coming up. But what were you guys craving, and what was that experience like?
That is a great
Chow,
question.
right?
That's a great question, and I got to ask the heavyweight first. Right? I got to go 100
Yeah.
on that, man. Yeah, talk about that, because after because you guys got to sit there and all the champions got to take photos. What did you eat right away when you got done with that?
Me and my friend ordered Taco Bell, and I was actually kind of mad at they didn't give me my Baja Blast.
Yeah, okay. All right, how about for you, Peter?
I have no idea. I don't remember.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Something small.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Lily?
We went out to Ian's Pizza.
Oh, okay,
Yep.
sure. Right down
And
the
then-
street?
Yeah, it was super nice.
Yeah.
I like their soda machine.
What pizza did you get? Did you get the mac and cheese pizza?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
that's
did.
fantastic. They're known for that, Brett.
Yep, I know.
Ian's Pizza. Good stuff. Okay, how about for you, Nolan?
I think I had some noodles, some mac and cheese, and then I had some like a brownie with chocolate ice cream on top. And then I had some pizza after that.
Oh, that's all, huh? Nolan was getting it down. All right, how about for you, Jacob?
Honestly, not that much. I mean, I weighed like 11 pounds under, so I just had insomnia cookie with Declan and Lannon, but I didn't really have all that much to eat.
Okay, how about for you, Liam? I mean, yeah, they're talking about you, team state, but you can put some food down, though, right?
Yeah, I had Conrad's, and then I had McDonald's, and I had crumble cookie.
Okay, all right, good stuff.
All
Great question.
Very nutritious, it
Great,
sounds
no.
like, right? Yeah.
Hey, they're champions.
Yeah,
They
what
can eat
the
whatever
heck,
they
right?
want, right? All right, Brett, did you have something
Yeah,
else?
let's hop on to Facebook here real quick. Amy wants to know, is she asking Lily, but I think we can ask everybody, how do you manage pressure during high-stake competitions?
Yes, let's ask everybody there. How do you handle that pressure?
This is actually a really good one because I feel like, I don't know, I always just feel like there's some high stakes. But I just got to make sure that outside of what other people know, I need to know, what I can do. Other people know that I'm able to be good and I'm able to, accomplish things, but I need to make sure that I know that myself, too.
Yeah. Great stuff. Okay, Peter, how do you handle that pressure?
I just think I really focus on that. At the end of the day, it is just a sport, and life goes beyond this.
Okay, good. Very good. Hunter?
I just know that believing in myself and that my coach is believing in me. I mean, and then knowing that I have a super tough schedule and that I did everything to prepare for this match.
Okay, good stuff. Your turn, Liam.
I just kind of tell myself it's only 6 minutes. It doesn't, kind of what Peter said, it doesn't really define who you are after.
Okay, interesting take. Okay, Jacob?
Yeah, I mean, Like I said before, just Declan, he always reminds me. I always get a little nervous before a match, but he always reminds me like how good I am, and no one can beat me if I'm wrestling my best.
That's Declan Cook, by the way.
Yeah.
Great junior wrestler for Neenah. He's kind of like your hype man, it sounds like, for you, huh? Okay.
He's like a brother I never had. So,
Okay,
yeah.
good stuff. All right, how about for you, Nolan? How do you handle those pressure situations?
Just a lot of prayer, a lot of talking to God, making sure, recognizing my identity in Christ is more important than my identity as a wrestler, or like, recognizing that that's above all else, knowing that this is just a sport and an outlet to glorify God. So.
Good stuff. Great answers and a good question. Brett, we'll do one more before we hit the halftime.
Let's do this from Mike Holman, and it's kind of the same for both. He says, Lillie, what advice would you give to young girls that are starting wrestling? And for the guys, what advice would you give young youth wrestlers as they prepare for their future wrestling careers?
Great question. I was going to ask that later, but we can start that. Now, we're going to start with Liam and then go around this one here. Advice for the younger guys.
Have fun. Ask questions. There's really no pressure. No college scouts are looking at you when you're in 3rd grade, 4th grade, Just have fun.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to kind of say the same thing. Just remember it's a sport. Just have fun with it. Try not to cut weight at all is what I would say. Just
Okay.
Eat. You're a kid, so just eat and have fun with the sport.
Okay.
Big thing is like don't worry about the outcome. Really, it's in youth and middle school. Like, who cares if you win or lose? Just go out there and do your best. If you go out there and do your best, you'll look back at it. You can learn and grow from it even better if you just go out there and do your best.
Great stuff. Lillie, your advice for younger girls.
I would say to think through the opportunities that are there, because now there's these big girls youth tournaments, and there's all these newer opportunities for young girls.
Okay.
And I feel like they should just make sure to keep in mind that they should be grateful for it.
Okay. All right. Great stuff. Your turn, Peter.
Yeah, being grateful, and what Nolan said about not really focusing on the outcome. Throughout all of youth, I never qualified for youth state, and now I'm a state champ. So that kind of shows that the outcomes don't matter when you're younger.
Interesting stuff. Okay, Hunter.
Just dream big and write down your goals and just have fun with it.
Okay, good stuff. Again, here with 6 state champion wrestlers. That's right, they're on the round table. Let's see if I can do these names. Liam Crook, Jacob Herm, Nolan Skebba? Skebba. Lillie Banks. Peter Tomazevic? Tomazevic. Hunter Vander Heiden. You guys have free range to mispronounce my name. Go ahead, because it's a tough one too. Hey, Brett, it's time for our break. So let's, guys, and Lillie, we have to pay the bills here. So let's go to our halftime. We'll be back here for the second half of the Varsity Roundtable after these words.
At Cellcom, we live, work, and play right here in Wisconsin. That's why we use our wireless technology to help protect this place we call home. That's technology with a heartbeat.
Promote your business, unite your team, or just get your name out there with help from the professionals at Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. Family owned and operated for over 20 years, we have the skills and experience to customize your apparel and spread the word about your business or organization. We can put your logo, name, or anything else you want on any article of clothing. From embroidery and screen printing to graphic design and heat press services, we've got you covered. Call today.
now, back to Varsity Roundtable.
All right, here, back second half of the Varsity Roundtable show. It is Champions Week. We have the 6 area individual wrestling champions here visiting us and talking about their great season they've just had. We're here with, let's go, Liam, Jacob, Nolan, Lillie, Peter, Hunter. See what I did there, Brett? That's the first names. I don't want to butcher anyone's last name. But if you guys don't mind, I got to ask Liam a specific question because Liam is actually in the team wrestling tournament that's going on down there at the barn, the field house there. You guys are going, get this, your 5th state champ. It's still hard for me to believe that. Your 5th consecutive state championship there at Kaukauna. I got to ask what the mentality is. I just got off the phone with your coach, Jeff Machek, yesterday, talking to him about that. And, you know, it's the mentality. Brett, I'm always impressed with Kaukauna. Their championship mentality, winning that many titles in a row. What's that like for you as one of the competitors there? Do you guys feed off each other, that kind of like championship mentality? I know that you're a guy who really pushes hard individually. Mm-hmm. Do you guys push each other in that way too as well?
Yeah, I mean, we always strive to be better every day, and when we see some of our teammates, even if they don't get the opportunities that some of the other guys do, when we see some of our teammates down and maybe having an off day, we always try to pick them up as much as possible and, you know, just tell them, you know, keep going, trust the process.
It's a different mentality going out in a team, is it, in that way? And I say this only because I know you guys had 6 guys make it and all 6 reached the podium, but usually there's like 9 Kaukauna guys or 10. But that wasn't the case because, first off, I think the FVA was really good this year. I thought there was a lot of great individual wrestlers there. But these guys are kind of, do you feel like they have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder? Some of them didn't make it to the individual state tournament, and now, team, this is our final shot to show everybody what's going on here.
Yeah, we definitely took a hit in the sectional tournament individually. We kind of understood that people are going to try to, you know, keep it close until the 3rd and try to break us, and that's what we've really worked on this week. And, you know, coming into the team state tournament is just like having that mentality of getting it done, and not just getting it done, but dominating and showing people that, you know, we are number 1 for a reason.
And my last question concerning this, one more thing, just the pressure. We talked about that a little bit as a team part of it. Listen, Kaukauna, you guys, that's your bar is championships, right? So does that play in the back of your mind at all a little bit? The community expects it. Believe me, I've been to these state tournaments. The Kaukauna, they bring it. The Kaukauna, your community brings it, and they're expecting a championship, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, we fell short 2018 for a 5th to Stoughton, which was a really good team back then. And so there's definitely some pressure, but I think we're all having fun with it, and we're all ready to go. Okay,
good stuff. Thank you for that, Liam. Brett, did you have a question?
Yeah, I got some on Facebook, Ricardo. This is Max Garvey. This is a question for Hunter. How did your high school state title compare to your middle school titles as far as celebrations?
Celebrations? What's going on here?
Wasn't even comparable. I mean, the high school one was 10 times better than the middle school one.
Yeah.
Max was my middle school coach for all those state titles in middle school, so I mean, yeah, uncomparable.
Were there multiple? You won 7th and 8th grade, or?
I won 3. I won 5th, 6th, and 8th.
Wow. Okay. Interesting. Brett, did you have something else?
Well, this is Sierra Garvey. Wants to know for everyone. This is a good question. What do you both love and dislike the most about the sport of wrestling?
Ooh. Oh, gosh. Ooh, boy. Mm-hmm. What do you like and dislike the most about the sport of wrestling? I gotta start with you, Hunter, and then we'll go this way. Go ahead. What do you like and dislike?
I like that you have to put a lot of work into it to get a little out of it.
Okay.
And then I dislike the tournaments. They're always, sometimes they run really well, sometimes they run horribly, and sometimes they take forever. So.
Okay. Good stuff. Okay. Peter?
Yeah, I mean, I like the community and how it brings people together. Probably that's like my favorite part, and like how you get out what you put in. And then what I dislike, it same with Hunter, poorly ran tournaments. I mean, nothing beats that.
Do you want to mention city names in that or school names in that? No,
we better stay quiet.
Okay.
We know which ones.
Okay, Lillie, your favorite and least favorite?
My favorite is probably how close the teams go together throughout the season.
Okay.
Because I just like it. And my least favorite, I think, is the stigmas around cutting weight.
Okay. Do you have to go to some measures to cut weight at all?
No.
Okay. But what do you mean by
No, I
that?
don't. But, like, I mean, a lot of people have a lot of reasons not to join.
Oh, okay.
So, like, I feel like they could be like, oh, but I'm going to have to cut weight.
Okay.
And, like, all this. But, like, really, you don't need to.
Okay. Okay, interesting stuff. Okay, Nolan, favorite and least favorite?
I think I love that it's like really hard because like
Oh.
he's just like you could take people deep waters and break them. You know,
Okay.
you find out
It's real.
how strong people are when
Wow.
you just you're going hard for 6 minutes. You know, you
That's a
find out-
mentality there, Brett. You hear
You see,
that?
he's staring you down. when
No,
he says
no,
that,
he ain't
too.
staring me down.
Yeah.
I'm
Taking
thinking
you
about
out
you.
to
Why
deep-
don't you have that mentality?
Taking you out to deep waters right now. Is what he's doing.
And your least favorite?
Probably like sometimes weigh-ins can get hectic, and I hate that.
Oh.
This like big tournament weigh-ins, I hate those.
Okay.
It's just like just put a scale out there and just like weigh in, like
Yeah.
or like get a bunch of scales, or I don't know.
Okay.
Do something.
You guys got to wait in line and that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Okay, hear you on that. Okay.
Super 32.
How about for you? Go ahead, Jacob.
I love competing, but most importantly competing with the team.
Okay.
Just love being around the guys. I grew up with most of them for most of my life, so love competing with those guys. Something I dislike is like when you're really excited and you're going to wrestle, and then all of a sudden it's just cold. I hate a cold wrestling facility or like wrestling arena.
Cole Center was pretty bad.
Cole
That's
Center was
real
so cold. And my
Because they got, you know why? They got the
Yeah.
ice underneath the thing. Yeah.
In my the knee wrestling room, it's like some days it's like sauna and you're like, oh yeah, I like this. You know, you
Okay.
get loose but some days you go in there, it's like a freaking iceberg.
Oh,
And
wow.
it's like,
No, I hear you.
oh my god.
Yeah, we
And you
definitely,
just
I definitely
you
feel
get
it.
tight and you can't really wrestle.
Because when we, Brett, am I right? When we cover basketball games, you can feel my feet get cold because the ice is like right
Yeah.
underneath the floor. I couldn't imagine doing it with a wrestling where your whole body is cold. Liam, same question. Favorite, least favorite?
My favorite is probably either just the process and like knowing that a certain move doesn't just have a certain solution. You know, there's a lot of other things, and then or dodgeball.
Okay.
I like playing dodgeball.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then my least favorite, I don't know, probably waiting in line for weigh-ins.
Okay.
It's just
No, I hear you on that. Brett, did you have something else?
Yeah, let's go to Mike Holman. This is for Lillie. He says, my daughter Everly wants to know how you remember all of the wrestling moves while you are wrestling in a match.
You know, that's a question.
That's a
That's a great question, and not just that. Remembering
That's a real
them,
one.
remembering counters and things like that. You know what I mean? How do you do that, Lily?
Well, my first couple years were a little rough. Well, I just spent a lot of time practicing, because practicing is really what you
Yeah.
need. Okay, so I would say you just have to practice a bunch, and then you really have to wait for the click, because after you get it to some point, you just continue to like,
Okay.
there's like an exponential growth that you can get.
Okay. You know, can I ask the guys about that? Do you guys ever run against opponents that maybe a little bit more technically better than you? Do you ever run into that, and how do you handle that? That's just a question I wanted to add into that. Have you guys ever run into that? Someone who's like technically like, oh, I can't really. He's matching me everything. You guys ever run into that? Let's start here with Liam, and then anybody else who wants to answer that.
Well, I've ran into a lot of guys who are probably technically better than me, but I just kind of bring it back to like my coach over at my club, Dewey Krieger.
Okay.
He's always better than me technically.
Okay.
And I just kind of like think about how I would do it against him and just try to stay mentally focused and not get beat up because I can't do something.
Okay. Okay. Anybody else want to into that, Pete? You or go ahead, Nolan.
Yeah, just like getting gritty, you know, being physical, getting in their face, you know.
Uh-huh.
You could be technical for the first 4 minutes of the match, but if I'm banging your head, you know, getting
Yeah.
on your neck, you know, you're eventually you're gonna get sloppy.
Yeah, this is scaring me a little bit. He's very intense. I like this Nolan. Anybody else have anything? Go ahead, Jacob.
Yeah, kind of like what Nolan said, just getting gritty, but also like, you know, I like to keep my hand in front of their face.
Okay.
I do that all the time. It's like a kind of thing where it like overstimulates the brain, and then they just like keep thinking about your hand, and then all of a sudden you're on their legs. So it's
Mental
like,
games here.
Yeah,
that's
something,
good.
Something like that.
Okay, that's interesting. So, by the way, you guys are all close, somewhat in weight. Have you wrestled each other on occasion? Have any of you guys had matches?
Like not an actual. I don't think we've ever wrestled an actual match. But
Oh no!
practice,
Okay.
yeah.
Practice. Okay.
Practice.
Okay. What, Peter?
I said me and Nolan have.
When a match against each other? When was this?
Sophomore year.
Yeah.
What happened?
I'm 0-2 against him.
Okay. No wonder Peter brought that up. Right? Yeah, interesting. That's interesting stuff. Great stuff, Brett. We're kind of wrapping up soon, but this is good combo though. What do you got?
Well, this is YouTube from Ashley, and I'm sure you're going to ask it, Ricardo. But post high school plans for the group.
Yes. I'm glad she brought that up. By the way, guys, I got and Lily, I got rituals and superstitions coming up too. So we got to get to know about some of that stuff from you all. But let's talk about the next phase for you. We'll just go right down the line here and tell me what college you're going, or if you want to go to college, or if that stuff's been finalized yet. Liam, we know Virginia, right? So talk about your next move and why you liked Virginia.
I'll be heading to the University of Virginia, and I just chose it because Coach Garland, Coach Paulson, and Coach Ian, they really supported my goals, and they really wanted to see me strive and do the best. And Coach Paulson's really close to my weight, and he's a world team member.
Okay.
National champ, stuff like that. So it really helps me out.
Okay, great stuff. Go ahead, Jacob.
Yeah, I'm heading to South Dakota State University. Yeah. I'm just super,
why South Dakota?
Yeah, no, I'm just super excited.
Okay.
Coaches are great. They came down to the Kohl Center to watch me wrestle. Liam Neitzel too from Hudson. He's also going to South Dakota State.
Okay.
So just that, and then they were there. So I wasn't ranked in the nation, and you know they started recruiting me, saw the potential in me, and then ended up doing pretty good in the off season. So
okay. So they put in the work too, right?
Yep.
In recruiting you.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Nolan.
I'm definitely wrestling in college, but still kind of deciding where.
Okay. So, but you. Well, let's leave it there. I don't want to get you in trouble or anything like that. If you have anybody interested, Lily, I mean you're in the same way. You're a junior, so.
Yeah, but I've been looking into going to school for architecture.
Okay.
So, but it really limits my opportunities that have both women's wrestling and classes in architecture.
Okay.
So, I have some colleges in mind, but.
Okay. All right, we'll leave it there. By the way, Nolan, I know you're a senior, but you're gonna let me know, right, when you choose?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm just curious. You know, Peter, we know you're heading to Wisconsin, so why were the Badgers a great fit for you?
Just their belief in me alone is it's crazy. Like they believe in me from day one, so that's huge for me.
Yeah. All right. Now, and Hunter, did you say you're going off to California?
California Baptist.
Where is that, by the way?
It's like an hour and a half from LA.
Okay.
So-
Now, why did that work for you, by the way? By the way, smart destination, a nice and beautiful weather out there.
I don't know. I mean, their assistant coach was at Bellarmine when he was recruiting me, and then he went out to California Baptist, and he just hit me up, and it just clicked for me. I don't know. I just love the area, love the people down there, and the coaches are amazing. So.
Okay. All right, good stuff. Great stuff. Brett, did you have anything else?
Nope, I'm good.
Well, rituals and superstitions. This is one of my favorite questions because I want to know how you get all amped up for your match. You know, I'm going to start there with Lily and then go this way. So, Lily, what do you do? Do you do anything? Maybe you don't do anything, but do you do anything to? Do you have to do any kind of rituals or superstitions? Do you have anything like you have to put on your socks the same way? I don't know. What do you got?
Yeah, I remember we talked about this last year.
Okay, what do you got?
I always wear my star socks.
Oh.
Just because they make me feel faster and cooler.
Okay, nothing wrong with that, right? Again, mind stuff here. Okay, how about for you, Peter? Do you do anything?
Well, I wouldn't say it's like a superstition, but I do the same warm up every time.
That's a ritual then.
Yeah.
So what do you do? Anything specific?
Well, I don't know. Well, I have like a Michigan. Is that what it's called? Like this thing? I don't know, but I do like the same type of warm up.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, all right. How about for you, Hunter?
I just pick a song of the day.
Oh, okay.
And just listen to that.
Lil Bieber?
No.
No, I'm just asking. Okay, good stuff. Well, what was do you remember what your championship song was right before you went out?
No. I was listening to The Sweet Escape by Gwen Stefani.
Okay, there we go. There you go, championship song right there. So, okay, how about for you, Liam?
I've been trying a new thing where I try to listen to calmer music.
Oh,
because I was talking to a friend of mine, and he said one of his best things when he wrestled out in Princeton was just listening to calmer music, and you just kind of get into a zone. Otherwise, I usually try to keep my room clean. Like, that's my big thing. If we stay overnight at tournaments and hotels, I try to keep my side clean.
Okay, got you. Side, because the other side sometimes hit and miss, right, with your roommate?
Yeah.
Okay, got you on that. All right, how about for you, Jacob?
Yeah, I mean, I remember last year I said I always like to put my headgear on before the other person, but, I mean, that's kind of unrealistic. I kind of grew out of that. I kind of just focus on myself. I know you said try to get amped up before you match, but, you know, I try not to. My buddy Declan, he's against listening to music, but I listen to music before. I listen to a lot of piano music. Sounds weird, but kind of
that calming effect?
Yeah,
there?
like piano music, slower stuff.
Okay.
Kind of just gets me in the zone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good stuff. All right, Nolan, what do you got?
Big ritual this year was, like, being consistent with it was, like, journaling, like, every practice.
Wow, okay.
Watching every match, like, analyzing it, writing down certain things I need to work on. That was, like, throughout the year, but, like, when competing, just, you know, same warm-up, getting my, like, before I wrestle, I'll get, like, my heart rate up, like, pretty high, try to just get my body warm, and then kind of go into, like, a calm state, listening to, like, J. Cole or something.
Okay. All right, good stuff. Brett, do you have anything else? Because I'm going to wrap things up.
We're good.
Any questions from our coaches and moms and dads? Okay. If you guys are shy. Listen, I got to ask both Liam and Lillie, because you have an opportunity next season to possibly get a third title. Obviously, he's still competing. I might go start with Lillie here. I know you're still competing with the team stuff, but when does the preparation start for that kind of journey for you, Lillie?
I feel like most of it doesn't really stop.
Okay.
Like wrestling in the off season.
Okay.
I get a little rusty on keeping on track, but I just make sure to, I don't know, I like keep it going throughout the off season.
Yeah. And by the way, you're a two-time champ. Has that happened in Menasha history? Is that the first time, right, that it's happened? So then you're going to possibly break your own record 3 times. Now,
Yep.
for you, Liam, after team, is that when you're immediately going to start? I mean, same thing, kind of. You don't have any rest periods really either, do you?
I kind of like to take it day by day with, like, whether I take a break or not, because I still have, you know, events like Fargo and U.S. Open that I got to get ready for. But, no, it never really stops. You know, it's always just on to the next.
Okay. All right. Good stuff here. I just have to read off a few things, and I don't know if I really have a final question, but I'm going to maybe get what memory you'll take away. So start thinking about that right now from this whole championship experience. What are you going to take away, you know, from what you guys just accomplished this past weekend? But by the way, follow Varsity Roundtable on TikTok. I know you're wondering, well, who's going to be the next guest, all that stuff. Best place to find out is on TikTok. Listen, I run the TikTok account. I know that the posts are very generic and bland. They're not exciting. That's because I don't know what I'm doing. But that is the best place to find out. So follow us anyway on TikTok at Varsity Roundtable. If you don't follow us, please do. I'm also on Twitter at Ricardo DeLeon, D-E-L-I-A-N. My Instagram is also the same thing, Ricardo DeLeon. Vote on Athlete of the Week. Here's something that's specific for you, because I have all 6 of you. Well, no, actually I have both the Freedom guys. You're in one, like, nominee. So I don't want you guys having people vote for, you know, one or the other. But all of you are on the Athlete of the Week. So tell your communities that to see who's going to be voting for that, just letting you know. So check that out on postcrescent.com. You all are competing against each other. Got it? So, you know, that's our last little thing we do, just to make sure we'll find out who gets the most votes. Live stream of the week, Brett, I have this. You just put this, finalized this, right, today. Neenah at Hortonville boys.
Friday night.
Friday, regional final.
Regional semifinal.
For boys, regional semifinal, right.
And then hoping to do a girls sectional final on Saturday. Just don't know what game that will be yet. Got to wait till tomorrow. 2 of those. And usually I'm there, but not this week, because I'm going to be covering Kaukauna and WIAA Fremont at the team tournament. What do we got going on here? Okay. Well, we talked about college choices. I did actually want to ask one more thing over there with Nolan about you and your older brother. Your older brother won a state title. How cool was that? You know, I think Coach Genrick talked about, and I don't know if it was like you being under his shadow, because you guys are brothers and there's love there, but like, did you like finally
busting through, and that so now both there's a couple of family members now that have state title. How cool was that?
Yeah, it was cool. I mean, my brother came down and warmed me up too
Okay.
for the match, so that was like probably one of the best experiences ever. You know, I warmed him up for his match, and you know, it was awesome. It's a full circle moment. But yeah, you know, like I know me and him are very like different people and like different bodies, but a lot of people would be like, "Oh, like your brother won, so you gotta win." So it was just like felt good to just, you know, go out there and kind of step into my own, you know, path, I guess, necessarily in other people's eyes, but like in my head, you know, I've always been my own person.
Okay, cool stuff. Now, and Peter, your brother also competed. Did he reach state? How did he do? Remind me.
Yeah, I think he took 4th and
Okay.
5th or something like that. Yeah.
Okay, was he wrestling at a little higher weight class or on the same one that you?
I think his senior year he was 138.
Oh, okay, so around the same thing. Okay, interesting stuff. Now, my final question, because I don't think we have any others, right, Brett?
Right.
We're wrapping the show up. What's the memory you're going to take away from this? Let's say 10, 15 years from now. And I'm going to start here with Hunter and then go this way. 10, 15 years from now, you know, you're married, you have kids. People are going to go, hey, remember when you won the state title, you know, back in 2025? What do you think that memory will be like? What do you think you'll remember from that whole experience there, Hunter? I know it's a yearbook question, but I'm asking it anyway.
I think I'm gonna remember. Once I got done with all my interviews, first person to hug me was my coach Hunter Bloy, and then my brother Henry, and then winning a state title with Peter was pretty cool.
Okay, good stuff. Same question for you, Pete.
I don't really think I want the memory to be like surrounded around the fact that I won.
Oh, okay.
I think I want it to be around like the connections and the people around me and how I felt with them and through that experience.
Okay, good stuff. Lillie.
I'm not sure either if I would want it to be solely around the fact that I won. I feel like it would want to come from like what I put into it, because I also came to the season with an injury.
Okay.
And I wasn't sure if I was even gonna really have a season until
What was the
early
injury?
December. I messed up my elbow.
Okay.
And like, yeah, I wasn't exactly sure how bad it was in the beginning, and there was a chance that it could have been way worse than it was.
Okay.
And I wasn't sure until early mid-December if I was gonna even have a season, really.
So really, for you, the memory would be more about just overcoming that. And
Yeah.
Okay. Good stuff. All right. Your turn, Nolan.
Big thing for me was just like something I'll definitely remember is like hanging out with the team and just the bonds that I formed with my team and my teammates, and you know, proud to call those guys my brothers now.
Okay.
And definitely warming up with my brother was full circle moment, like I said before, and I mean the celebration too. I probably won't forget that.
Yeah, we won't either. We got it on photographic evidence and video. So, Jacob, for you.
Yeah, probably just all the bonds I made. Probably mostly with my friend Declan.
Yeah.
He's been there since day one. It's kind of hit me this year like this will be our last time together. But yeah, for sure with that. But also, you know, I won 2 state titles, first time in history for Neenah, and I always tell like the younger generation, you know, I set the record. It's meant to be broken. So records meant to be broken. So.
By the way, if we could just mention something about Declan, because he lost his championship match by a point.
Yeah.
Like, that was super close. Did you talk to him? I know you had your match right after, but did you talk to him afterwards?
Yeah,
what
for
did
sure.
you say?
Yeah, it was definitely emotional. You know, I have to wrestle right after that. See my best friend lose. You know, Coach K came out, and Coach K, you know, he's in the toughest position because he's super sad because of Declan lost, but he's also got to keep his composure because he's got to coach me. So, you know, I talked to him after, and you know, he was sad. Obviously, he's sad, the most I've ever seen him. But you know, we had a good night after that. Went to eat somewhere. Kind of kept his mind off it. So
that's good to hear. By the way, Declan, good luck. Hopefully he'll he's a junior.
Yeah,
so he has next year as well. Liam, what are you going to pull away from this in terms of the individual? Because we know you have the team stuff going on.
Just how my community embraced me. You know, we had 5 other guys come short in their medal matches, and I wanted to be able to bring something home for the community coming into the team state.
Okay. Good stuff. Again, thank you so much for watching. I want to thank you all for taking time out of your schedule. You know, I should have told you guys to bring your medals, But that's a whole lot of bling bling, Brett, for us on the show, right? For our cameras to be centering on. But hey, now listen. Let's see if I can get these names right. Hunter Vander, Heiden, thank you so much for coming down. Especially you, Peter Tomazevic.
You just can't get it.
I just can't get it. I didn't write it down. Well, why not? Lillie Banks, that's an easy one. Thank you, Lillie, for doing that. Nolan Skebba? Skebba, close. Jacob Herm, easy one. Liam Crook. Thank you guys for coming down. Appreciate it. Championships, champions, that's something that really is unique, and I want to congratulate you all on a great season. Thank you for allowing me to cover you as well. I really do appreciate that. And good luck. I'll be seeing Liam later this next week as he's competing at Team State. But for everyone online, just letting you know, best place to find out, TikTok. Go to TikTok, our page there. It's at Varsity Roundtable. Brett, I don't know yet what we're going to have next week. We got to find out which possibly girls basketball teams have advanced to the state tournament. Maybe some of the boys wrestling, or boys basketball is in the sectional round as well. So again, best place to find out on TikTok at Varsity Roundtable. So again, for the 6 state champion wrestlers, thank you so much, folks. And we'll see you back here again next Wednesday for another edition of the Varsity Roundtable. Till then, have a great week. We'll see you back here next week. Keep smiling, everybody.